So excited.
Ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to start this morning with introducing Reggie Marinelli, the sheriff of Jefferson County. There's confusion out there. There's comments on social media as why is the sheriff managing the fire? Well, by statute in Colorado, the sheriff is also the fire marshal for the county. So I'd like to introduce Sheriff Reggie Marinelli. It's Marinelli. And she'll explain a little bit about that requirement of her position.
Thank you, Mark, and good morning, everyone. Yes, per state statute, the sheriff in any county in Colorado is the fire marshal. Therefore, it is our responsibility to make sure that this all comes together with our emergency operations center, our incident management team, and all of the people behind the scenes. Now, as you can imagine, we do not have the expertise in firefighting. So what we do is we spend a lot of the time prior to an incident like this with our fire personnel. The fire chiefs, myself, my entire staff, when it's necessary, gets together with them and we discuss all of this, and we have a great partnership, amazing partnership with all of our fire chiefs, all of our fire staff and personnel, and we work hand in hand with them nonstop. Not only for the preparation of something like this, obviously for when boots have to hit the ground, and then also when this is over for the mop-up that will happen afterward and the recovery from all of this. The one thing I do want to say is yesterday I spent a lot of time with our evacuees at the Evacuations Center, and they are so grateful for what is going on up there, fighting that fire, and for our fire personnel. And as the sheriff, I too am very grateful for those people that are up there that have come from all over the state, all over the region, all over the country to assist us with this fire situation. I'm going to turn it back over to Mark. Mark has the specifics of the data and stuff that's happening, and I will let him answer those questions for you.
Thank you, Sheriff. A couple more introductions before we get rolling. I'd like to introduce Cassie Pierce. Cassie is the Director of Public Affairs for Jefferson County. Cassie is running the, Cassie, you want to come on up? Cassie is running the communications for the EOC, our Emergency Operations Center.
Good morning, everyone. It's nice to meet you. I'm Cassie Pierce. So I'm working in the EOC, our Emergency Operations Center, and we are working really closely with our incident management team just on the back end of resources and things like that. So we're trying to manage donations that are being dropped off, pets, other resources behind the scenes, the website that has Quarry Fire updates and things like that. So I think one of the big things right now is we want to discourage donations of items and food right now. We just don't have anywhere to put them. So if we can direct folks to the Quarry Fire webpage, that will give them some more information about ways to support and donations. So it's nice to meet you all. Thank you.
One more, guys. A lot of you will recognize Stacy Martin. Stacy has been a PIO on the Jefferson County Type 3 IMT for many, many years, but she is also fortunate enough for us to have her support. She's also Assistant Chief at Evergreen Fire.
Good morning, all. Thank you for being here. We appreciate all the support that you're giving us to get information out. Please know that the firefighters are working hard for the community. A lot of them are volunteers. It's hot, it's dry, and they're doing their best they can. So this is going to be a good one today. So thank you for coming here.
Thank you, Stacy. All right, let's get down into the goodies. Great night last night. The fire behaved. It laid down. We had no growth. Again, no structures lost. So we're very, very happy about that last night. Again today, here we are, 98 degrees forecast. The humidity may be a little higher today, and we're hopeful for that. We think that was what helped cause the fire to behave last night. So we're hopeful. Today, the number one objective, just so you understand, of this fire is to keep people safe, right? So I do want to correct some misinformation yesterday. I didn't learn this until late in the day. We had 5 firefighters that were injured yesterday in some sort. We had one that had a seizure, and we had 4 that suffered from heat exhaustion. I'm happy to say that all of them are good, that there's no ongoing concerns, no hospitalization, I think at least 3 of the 4 that were heat exhaustions are back on the job today. So good news, but I just, in transparency, we were putting out information that was incorrect on that, and that's on me. I didn't vet my info good enough on that yesterday, so I apologize. The other objective today, logistically, Deer Creek Canyon Road is the key for us. This fire cannot jump over to the north side of Deer Creek Canyon Road. We have a whole nother situation on our hand if that happens. So that is our number one goal of maintaining this fire, and of course keeping the fire as far away as we can from the homes, right? But if we lose control of that fire and it jumps over the north side, that would be our nightmare. So just so you're aware of that. I think a lot of you saw yesterday the infrared that we put out on our Twitter that gave the look of the fire from an airplane, right? That was what allowed us to actually get an update on the acreage. We've been saying we're well over 200, but we didn't know what. Because of the terrain, it's so difficult to get an accurate measure in the old way we normally do it. The infrared gave it to us at 341 acres. It's going to fly over again today and give us an update, and I'll be able to give that to you hopefully at the afternoon press conference. Excited today about, we have the San Juan Hot Shots that arrived last night. That is a group of 20 that I'll have Stacy explain really what they do. But they're like the SWAT team of firefighting. And these guys are Colorado based. They're a type 1. And this is what they do. They are boots on the ground in tough terrain and take care of tough situations. You know, I've said over the last couple of days about the terrain and how difficult and how hard this is, next to impossible to fight. But folks, here's the deal. We have to have that air support that we got yesterday. And we have more planned for today. Hopefully it will stay. We still have other big fires that they're fighting, so they may have to move things around. We need that air support. But let's be real. This fire is not going to be won in the air. Because of the terrain, it has to be won on the ground, boots on the ground, the guys doing the hard work. So we're excited about the Hot Shots. Stacy, you want to come explain more about what the Hot Shots do and how they'll do that for us?
Sure. The Hot Shots are a very sophisticated bunch of firefighters. They train year-round for this type of situation. They are great at getting into situations and do what we call a direct attack, where they can go right to the fire front and start making some aggressive movements and actions to help, surround the fire and get it going. They, however, will also try to be safe on a situation like this. It's going to be hot, it's going to be steep, the terrain is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but they are a really good first line attack on the fire. So we're excited to have them here.
There was also some misinformation that went out yesterday, and it was we had it right in the title, but in the body it was wrong about some pre-evac areas where we said this area is in pre-evacuation, and then the copy underneath said, "Get out now." It's a mandatory evac. So just to clear that up, mandatory evacuation areas, as we said before, Deer Creek, Mesa, McKinney, Murphy, Sampson, Custer. Those haven't changed. And then pre-evac, Silver Creek and Silver Creek South, Hillsdale, adding these in now, Ullman, Homestead, and Ullman is Oehlmann, just so you're aware. The only other thing I've got for questions is that we have deputies, so we have these evacuated neighborhoods, right? So we all know that citizens are concerned. They're leaving their homes. No one has eyes on them. We do have eyes on them. We have deputies patrolling those areas all night and during the day. So just so everyone is aware that we do have eyes on people's evacuated homes, and they can rest easy that there's no looting, no burglaries going on. I think that's all I have for notes. What do you have for questions?
I wanted to ask about the injuries. Obviously, you mentioned that the seizure and the heat exhaustion, but obviously, when we're talking about resources being stretched thin, obviously another hot day today, and just constant firefighting. How's morale? I'm sure everybody is, overworked and tired, and and these situations of heat exhaustion can happen.
Sure.
Is there some sort of way to combat that? I mean, I know resources are thin and you can't really give people backup.
Yeah, the thing, We're fighting fires in Colorado. It's the terrain again. It's 98 degrees. It's hot. They're carrying a ton of load of equipment that they're wearing, and they're doing very physical jobs. It's tough. They do their best to stay hydrated. We're on a thin strand of resource. It's kind of like running a football team, and you have one backup on the sideline, right? Somebody goes down, it gets difficult. So the morale, these guys, even the volunteers, they're pros. I mean, this is what they do, and they know what they're signing up for. Their morale is let's go to war, let's fix this thing, let's put this fire out, let's take care of these people's homes. So morale is never an issue. And when it gets tough and we're low on people, you just buckle up and you get after it, and that's what these firefighters do. It's pretty amazing.
I apologize for getting personal. Was that seizure fire related or just something entirely?
That I do not know.
Okay.
Mark, you were saying that the fire can't jump Deer Creek Canyon Road, that would be your nightmare. How close is the fire getting to there?
Well, it's close, but we're fighting it, and it made no progress last night. You know, I think the flames are I want to say a quarter mile from the closest home. I think it's closer to Deer Creek, but we're putting all effort on that. We don't anticipate that happening. Our number one goal is not to let that happen. So we're confident that we'll be able to accomplish that, but it would be the worst case scenario for us.
Can you go through some safety things for us? You know, we've got 4 fires on the front range. It's really dry. What can people do to prevent wildfires?
You know, it's the same thing that you hear all your life, right? Be smart, use common sense. I know that there was a fire late yesterday or early evening in Arapahoe County last night because some kids were putting out shooting fireworks. It's like, come on, people, we can't do that. There are still smokers in this world, and people still throw out lit cigarettes. It's all those common sense things. Sometimes fires are started alongside the highway because a semi-truck may have a chain that hits the pavement and it sparks. So we all just need to do the best we can to take care of our own responsibility as good citizens, to be smart and use common sense. We still don't. It's under investigation, and I will share as soon as I can. We have no idea what caused it at this point.
How close is the fire to the West Sampson Road where there's a lot of homes in that area?
I think it's about a quarter mile. Yeah.
Is it worried right now?
Everybody should be worried right now. There's a huge fire that's difficult to fight. Not being worried would be the concern. This is not easy, folks. This is a tough fire. In all the years that I've been involved in the incident management team and firefighting, it's one of the tougher because of the terrain, because of the challenges they're having to fight. We've been involved in bigger fires in higher elevation that have even steeper climbs, but this one is just different, and it's rocky and it's loose and it's tough. So yeah, everyone should be concerned. We have a wildfire in our community, and that's not good. But we're doing everything we can. The firefighters, I should say, are doing everything they can. We're being smart, we're being tactical, we're being strategic, and we're going to get this thing.
But you said this is probably extended to the weekend.
I would be surprised if we put a done sign on this thing in 2 days. No, that's not going to happen. We're going to be on this a while.
How's the rattlesnake situation?
Yeah, the snake part of that's what's gotten a lot of the attention because it's kind of unique. Rattlesnake Gulch here. You know, I was listening to an expert. I think it was on Channel 9 yesterday, talking about a rattlesnake den can have up to 200 snakes in it, and they are aware of a fire just like we are as humans, and they run. But this time of year is not when they're laying dormant in their den so much. So I have not heard one incident in this fire that a firefighter has had with a rattlesnake. We just know that is a concern because they're prolific in that area.
Cassie said that you guys don't necessarily need physical donations at this point, but I know a lot of folks really do want to help. What is the best way that people can do that right now, or is just letting you guys do your job the best way that people not being directly impacted by this can help?
Yeah, the Jefferson County website has a page for the Quarry Fire, and on there is a QR code and it gives you all that information about where and how to donate, all those things. That was just set up by Cassie and her crew yesterday. So we suggest everyone go to the Jefferson County webpage for the Quarry Fire. Find that, it's pretty prominent. Find that QR code and it'll guide you.
I don't know if this is a question for Stacy, but if she could talk more about the help in the ground that you guys can cover with the hot shots. Obviously, we've talked a lot about terrain the last couple of days and how the air attack was crucial. But with these guys on the ground, I guess how do they manage that, and why is that important here?
Sure, it's not just the hot shots that are on the ground that are going to help manage this, it's all the firefighters. The idea is we want to surround the fire, we want to get lines around it, we want to get water as close to it as we possibly can to kind of circle it in. It's difficult. This is a fire that, air support really makes a difference. Boots on the ground are too, but it's the terrain makes it challenging. It's going to be slow, steady, methodical. They're going to do everything they can to wrap it.
Anything else, gang? Okay, just as a reminder, we'll do 2 o'clock this afternoon. We'll tweet out where. It will most likely be Valley and South Valley. We'll let you guys know, and then moving forward, 7:30 and 2 o'clock daily at the same location we decide on today. Sound good? Also, just reach out. You've got our number. If you have any questions today, watch Twitter. Mark Nitro is going to be busy on that all day, feeding out the info. Thank you, guys.